in Hanley. It's an uphill finish, and of course it just twists at the end. The previous three winners have been Greg Henderson of New Zealand last year. Edvald Boasson-Hagen has won it twice, and we've got an attack here from Sky.
Well, Sky have actually disappeared from the front of this leading group. They've left it all up to HTC High Road, and Alex Dowsett looks as if he's trying to get a bit of a gap.
Well, Alex Dowsett has just won the British Time Championship, and if he can get clear, he's a perfect man to set his stall out for a lone victory. Brilliant time trialer. He was second in New Delhi in the Commonwealth Games when he got the silver medal, and Dowsett really is in the form of his life.
Well, we expect this should happen. Sky have been riding hard at the front. They rode over Gun Hill, they pushed out the advantage, and this is what we thought they would do. Attack for the stage.
Now they've got the rest of their team behind, so they've got to look after the interests here now of Dowsett. This is a similar scenario to 12 months ago when Sky pitched strongly for the stage victory there. They had Thomas, Wiggins and Henderson on that occasion, and it was the Kiwi, Henderson, that finally clinched the case to go. Can he stay away?
Well, you would think if anybody had a chance of staying away in the last 10 kilometres with 20 seconds, it would be this man here, the newly crowned British time trial champion.
So Dowsett now settling down to the task in hand, fully concentrated, trying to stay ahead then of this chasing group. There he is, he's into the outskirts of the town.
Well, he's given it absolute 100% at the moment, and if he pulls off this stage win, he could be taking that gold jersey off Mark Cavendish back.
Well, 20 seconds is a scant advantage, but if the group behind do not consistently work, he will profit from it. I think we can just about see them in the distance from that shot.
Well, the pressure from Alex Dowsett means that all the other teams have to come to the front and start riding them down, because Sky can just sit back. They've got a man in front, and they're looking pretty at the moment for not only the overall jersey but possible stage.
So we'll be looking for efforts from people like Lars and Bernard Eisel, who of course are on the HTC High Road squad looking after the leader, and of course that is Mark Cavendish. 12 seconds, it's coming down.
Yeah, it's coming down. This is not an easy finish into the finishing line at Stoke. It's up and down with a climb about 1 kilometre to go, so it's very, very difficult, and you've got the uphill finish as well.
These corrugations on the lead then to the finishing funnel really do sap the strength out of the legs, because they've gone over some pretty difficult terrain today. Well, that aerial shot shows that the advantage is coming down all the time.
And it's Rabobank and Orange at the front. They're chasing it down. They've got very good riders. It's Bram Tanking leading the way for Rabobank, and they've got Michael Matthews and Lars Boom just sitting nicely in about 5th or 6th place.
Only 12 seconds. Well, he's stubbornly hanging on to this advantage. He could do with a few twists and turns, because these kind of roads mean that the group can see him.
Well, he's still got a good healthy advantage, and you've only got one rider from Rabobank trying to chase him down, so it's 1 against 1 at the moment. The gap getting slender and slender all the time.
Well, you've got to start speculating on the possibility of who could win the sprint. Here we are, this is another attack. This is exactly what happens. Riders try to dive clear off the front, and this disrupts the rhythm of the group behind.
Well, this is the team from Netap from Germany on the left-hand side. He's just been passed by a Leopard Trek rider, so everybody's trying to chase down Alex Dowsett. Can he stay away? He's only got a few seconds at the moment.
And as I just said, Brian, he could profit from that, because when they jump clear and then they sit up, then obviously their pace is not consistent.
Well, you've got to remember the terrain we've been over today. These guys are pretty tired. They're on the outskirts of the town at the moment, and the Alex Dowsett still got a slender lead, but the attacks have started. When the attack started, there's a lot of stopping and slowing at the front of the chasing group.
Well, if that lead does get washed away and they pick him up, then you've got to start looking at the sprinters in the group behind, and Mark Cavendish will be obviously aware of Michael Matthews, who is the World Under-23 champion. He's the Australian riding on the Rabobank squad.
Well, this is a long straight road into town, and it rears up towards the 1 kilometre, as we've just said, so Alex Dowsett in the front for Team Sky will be seen all the way along this road. It's still a slender 15 seconds at the moment, still gritting his teeth, everything to play for.
It really is a tough approach to the finish, and I think that Dowsett is beginning to buckle a little bit here. His head was dropping, and he realised he really is on the rack.
Well, you can look, there's no concerted effort from the group behind, so looking very good at the moment for Alex Dowsett. He just has to keep 100% going.
We're inside the final 2 kilometres, and you can tell that the pressure is full on, because the long, thin line has now formed here at the front of the group.
Well, it's HTC High Road at the front trying to chase down Alex Dowsett. You can just see them, they're within sight now, about 10 seconds but this isn't a finish for Mark Cavendish, so it's going to be very difficult for HDC to hold on to this jersey today.
It's certainly going to test Mark Cavendish. It's uphill and he kicks as well, just to the line, a sharp turn. Well, he realises now his advantage has almost been wiped away, and that looks like Rabobank to me at the front, and as I speak, he's been overtaken, the Rabobank rider, as they're now going to make the junction.
Well, we're close to the top of the hill, we're close to 1 kilometre to go. We turned left at the top of this climb, it was back on Slay on the left hand side. You've got Garmin Cervelo on the right hand side, they're all looking back, it's all together. We've got 27 riders trying to win this stage.
Well, who's he going to go to? Can Cavendish take stage win number 2? The pacers stall here, and this is an attack on the left hand side of our screen. Looks like another rider from Sky to me.
Yeah, Sky are really determined to win this stage. The rider from Motorpoint is Ian Bibby. The local rider, Rafa Condor Sharp, have got Dan Craven in there as well, and it's all action at the front of this group.
Now, Bibby has just won the Premier Calendar overall, so he's the most consistent rider on the domestic scene. What a turn-up that would be if Bibby could nail this one. He rides for Motorpoint Racing, the local team.
Well, just look at the front here. We've got Dan Craven for Rafa Condor Sharp, Steve Cummings for Sky, second place there. Ian Bibby just moves a wee bit further back, but a lot of pushing and barging as we get to the last kilometre.
Well, it's still all to play for. I'm just waiting to see whether anybody else is going to try and jump clear with the element of surprise. There it is, the Flamme Rouge, 1 kilometre to go, and there's a stall here in the pace setting as Sky come through. Mark Cavendish then in that IG Markets gold jersey is about 5 back. Now then, can Cavendish get this?
Well, Sky take control again. Michael Rogers at the front, and they're thinking of Steve Cummings and Geraint Thomas. Geraint Thomas has been up in the first stage in the sprint, so they'll be thinking of trying to get him to win this stage and possibly take that gold jersey.
And of course, he hasn't got Mark Renshaw with him, who's his lead-out man. Mark Renshaw hasn't had a good day. He missed the move, but it's Sky again right at the front.
For me, the danger men are in the orange, just in front of Mark Cavendish, and that's why he's tracking them at the moment. They're sitting in 3rd and 4th place, and that's Lars Boom and Michael Matthews. So Cav is right on them at the moment. He knows these are the guys to track in this uphill finish.
And it's Sky at the front here, and it looks like the Australian Heyman. Heyman swings over to set it up for Cummings and Geraint Thomas, but keep your eye on the brace of riders from Rabobank, Lars Boom and Michael Matthews. Matthews, who's the World Under-23 champion, he's second at the moment. Boom is much taller, and it's going to be Lars Boom. He kicks here at the corner, and Boom is round that first. Here he comes to the line. Lars Boom takes it on the line. Matthews is second, and it looked like Sky finishing 3rd, and I'm assuming that's going to be Geraint Thomas. What a finish then by Boom.
Oh, absolutely fantastic. The 2 Rabobank riders, 1st and 2nd here. As you see from the aerial shot, they've got about 3 or 4 bike lengths into the corner left, sweeping right-hand corner. What power they guys have got. 1-2 on the day.
Well, there we are, the victory salute from Boom and from